Hello and welcome to this week's instalment of Big Brother Bile, bringing you up to date on all the week's excitement from Britain's most infamous cunt-filled compound. I'm James.
I'm Lindsay.
And here we go.
This is Chen Bottom. Oh, I fucked it up again. I get confused with all our different shows.
It don't really matter, does it?
You know what you're getting pretty much, don't you? So we're going from Perez going into the secret house, basically. Now, do you think that it was always planned for Perez to go in the secret house? Was it because... Do you remember he just went to the diary room, was going, I want to leave.
Yeah.
Obviously they had the secret house ready, so that was going to happen anyway. But was it always going to be him? Because sometimes...
How could it be someone else? Who would it be?
Katie Hopkins, maybe?
Nah.
But sometimes for things like that, they let the others pick, don't they? Or sometimes they let...
Yeah, but this year Ted picks.
Yeah, well, Ted picked right. So when Perez was gone, we realised that it is the Perez show, as he says, because all they did was just sit around talking about Perez, didn't they?
They didn't show that much of him, though, I thought.
They showed quite a bit, I thought.
Yeah, a bit.
Oh, and when he broke out, he went out through the fire exit, John James style. That was quite good. I thought that added a little weight of realism to it. Did you?
It did come across very, like it was... They believed it.
Yeah, and especially in a season where so many people have walked or got ejected, it seemed... Normally with a secret house, they're like waiting for it, aren't they? But with him, they were just thinking, thank fuck he's gone.
Yeah, but we know from sitting at home watching it, he'd rather die than leave.
And it's in his contract that he's there to the final, so...
Well, exactly. quite rightly so, I say.
So...
yeah.
I only had one equal chic this week.
Oh, yeah?
It was Jordan's t-shirt with hamburgers on it. Did you see that?
I think so.
It was quite nice. You liked some of Perez's outfits this week.
Oh yeah.
All of them. Now, there's a lot of talk online, on Twitter and on other podcasts saying the other housemates are not getting a chance to shine.
Well...
Can you discuss this matter?
I mean, you know me. I don't know what the average viewer thinks, but I see like a lot of people are very angry about this year about Perez and saying that he's an arsehole and the whole show is ruined and everything, and I don't like it. Seems to be the old, the original fans that feel like that. But all the casual viewers, like the ones we mock, they seem to love it. Like everyone's talking about Big Brother. It's on this morning. Even people at my work are talking about it. It's crazy.
But if you're going to moan about there being an arsehole in the house, I mean, where do we start and where do we stop? It's like... I
think really the people that are saying this have got to look at themselves in the mirror, hard and good, and say, am I an arsehole?
Yes. And people are going like, oh, but Perez is a bad person. He's a nasty person.
He's disgusting. He makes me sick.
But I like Perez. Like, if I was in the house, I think I'd be friends with him. Like, skipping forward a bit, but when Nadia went, they were so desperate to get Nadia to, like, sail Perez down the river and just say, oh, you're right, I shouldn't have been friends with him. I should have, like, kissed Katie Hopkins' fucking arse. But actually, Nadia liked his company. They talked about theatre. They talked about the arts. They talked about doodling penises on people's faces.
Did they?
No, that's what she said on bot. She said we had a lot in common.
Well, I never saw any of this on the main show.
Exactly.
Ted's a Philistine, it turns out.
So, basically, and also, like, everyone's like, hates Perez so much that they actually start hating you for hating Perez and like being desperate for like you to like change your opinion. Like after that Callum thing, like someone went to me, I think it was Joseph. I like you, Joseph, but I'm just using you as an example. Oh, how can you still stand by Perez now? Fucking easily. I hate Callum best. Anyway, we'll come on to that. Yeah. So in the secret house, did you like Perez like cuddling the pictures of people and doodling on their faces?
When I first saw that marker pen, that squiggle of a cock spunking, and fair play, he done it to his own picture.
Yeah,
you don't get much better than that.
That's true. Yeah, self-mockery.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And then he got to watch the nominations, and he was immune from eviction.
Ah, beautiful.
So there wasn't really anything interesting about those nominations. I wrote down the only interesting things were Perez called Callum pussy whipped. Katie Hopkins said she was nominating Patsy because she believed in peace and love. And
sorry, who was
Katie Hopkins said she was nominating Patsy because she you've forgotten who Patsy is? Because she believed in peace and love.
Right.
And Perez said, "What do you believe in, bitch?" So then, now here's something. He said, "Thanks to the Prosecco, Big Brother." I thought, why do they stick a label on saying Prosecco? Because they cover it, the labels. Why wouldn't they always just stick a label on saying champagne, and the celebs would be none the wiser?
Because they'd know, wouldn't they?
Would they, though?
It tastes different.
You can get a very nice Prosecco.
These people are celebrities.
Oh, they're not used to Prosecco.
Kavanagh will only have... he only ever shops at Waitrose.
And he only drinks his booze out of a teacup.
He might be an alcoholic, but he likes the top shelf stuff.
And then Perez had a deciding nomination, and he put Cammy Leah.
She ain't clicking her fingers so much now, though, is she?
She don't click her fingers at all, except for in the diary room.
All she does is bum lick Jordan.
She's a fucking oxygen thief. Here's a good line. Perez said, "I piss fun when I go to the bathroom." Has that ever happened to you?
No, but Perez is just like a walking quote factory.
He is. Like, even if you don't like whatever, even if you're homophobic and you don't like him, you've got to at least respect his one-liners. Do you know what I mean? Like, he has the best one-liners in the whole house. Fucking Katie Hopkins, fucking thick piece of shit. She doesn't know any... All this... Oh, you don't believe me that so many people like Katie Hopkins. I'm telling you, she is the favourite to win. What do you think about this?
I don't know. I feel like I'm going through Gym to Win all over again. But in the Gym to Win, I knew I was going to lose. I knew I was defeated the whole time. But this year, I feel like I've got a chance. But am I a fool?
You're a fool.
No fool like an old fool.
You're a fool for thinking on that you got no chance. Probably the only chance of someone beating her is Jordan, maybe.
But surely a lot of people must not want Katie Hopkins to win.
That's what I don't get. But then my mum was on the phone. And
she plays that game like a cunt.
She's a horrible person. And then my mum was on the phone to me and she went, "You remind me a lot of Katie Hopkins, Lindsay."
Oh dear.
I was just like, in what way? And she went, "You say it like it is."
Really?
Say it to your face. What? And then my mum said, "I agree with everything Katie Hopkins says."
Do you think when you're at Katie Hopkins' age, you'll end up like that?
You are Katie Hopkins' age. Do you know
I am.
that? Yeah.
That's a private matter. Do you know, honestly, I thought she was like 47, 48.
Honestly.
What happened?
Well, I know she got kids, but still. You get the face you deserve. That's what Russell Brand said.
You think all that sex in the field to keep you young, wouldn't it?
So then, whilst Perez was in the secret house, only 3 housemates didn't bitch about him. They were Nadia Sawalaha and our new favourite duo, Jeggers. It was funny when he came back in and he was like, "You two are basically golden." And Kate Hopkins was like, "Why?" And he went, "Because they never said nothing bad about me." And she was like, "What?" I was like, "That would make you golden."
Now, do you think
Yeah.
they knew? Nadia wouldn't have slagged him off, but
no.
Chegwin, he's a flip-flopper.
Yeah. No, we like Jeggers now. We'll come to that later. Yeah.
Don't admit that.
So then up for eviction was Patsy, Nadia, Katie Hopkins and Cammy Lee.
Oh, Christ.
Now, it's the Perez and Nadia show. Katie Hopkins may not think so, but she can suck my cho-cho. Is that sexual assault?
Now, was that A, Wordsworth, B, Keats, or C, Perez Hilton?
That's good. Now, this chola business, is that racist? I've heard people on Twitter saying it is.
I've not. I don't know. Where's he from? LA, isn't it?
No, but he's saying it about Cammy Lee.
What, this
chola? But Patsy was saying it too. It sounds...
Oh, but Patsy...
Oh yeah, she wants to go to the hood.
Good luck with that.
I don't think Alexander's going to be seeing any of them again, to be honest.
No.
Now, Patsy was evicted. Have you ever seen anyone run up the stairs quicker?
No.
What do you think? Do we get our money's worth out of Patsy?
No, because I'd imagine she was quite expensive. Like, someone like that wouldn't go in for, like, chump change, would they?
No.
And, you know, she's been on, Emmerdale, some other big shows. Very famous person.
Yeah.
And she was crap.
Was she better or worse than Frankie Dettori, or the same?
Frankie Dettori?
Yeah.
That's a tricky one. I'd say actually worse.
Yeah.
Because she didn't engage... Well, she didn't have a good task, but she didn't engage in that task they give her very well. And, yeah, she was just miserable.
And then when Emma goes, oh, I've got a surprise to you, and she went, I'm not going back in, am I?
No.
It's like,
Never.
No, you're too boring. So then... Oh, Emma, I also noticed, said in that interview with Patsy, there's a time and a place for an opinion, and you don't have to say every opinion you have.
I missed that because I pretty much glazed over in that section of the show. But what does that mean?
I think it means if you're like Hazel O'Sullivan and you come out of the house, Emma will give you her opinion, you're a slag. If you're Daly and you come out of the house, Emma will like hold your hand you a tissue and give you a big cuddle. I think that's what she means. I think that's what she was getting at. Not that I hold a grudge or anything, but I think it's something like that.
No, but what she's saying is it's okay to be a floater.
It's okay to sit on the fence, that's what she's saying.
But it's not okay.
Not in Big Brother. Where's the entertainment?
It's not okay. It's not okay to sit on the fence.
Who are you, Michelle Visage?
It's not okay.
So then... Perez goes back in.
Oh, right. Now, you weren't happy with the way that they did it.
No, I was not happy.
I quite liked it. I thought it was good. I thought with the way I know it's cheap, but with the VT, they showed just enough of either side of him saying horrific things, what they said. So, assuming they really did see all that footage that we saw, then I thought that was quite a good section of clips that they used.
But wouldn't it have been better to have, I don't know, like a box in the garden, or, I don't know, he climbs out of something, or,
They don't go in for that these days, do they?
That's more fun, like Katie Hopkins gets into bed and Perez is under the covers or something, or, I don't know, comes in the dead of night. I don't know, there would have been a better
like,
way
imagine if the dead of night is 3 a.m. and someone's coughing in the corner. How long would he have to cough until someone twigged that it was him?
Actually,
you think you're dreaming.
Do you know what? That would be good to send someone back in the dead of night, because imagine how angry everyone would be, because he'd come back in and be like, it's the Perez show, and like wake everyone up, everyone would be fuming. That's a good idea. You can have that one, Big Brother.
Yeah.
What did you think? Katie Hopkins and Cammy Lee's face was quite a picture when he came back in.
They looked genuinely
appalled,
genuinely shocked and genuinely scared,
horrified. He was going, I knew it.
Kavanagh.
Oh, please.
Do you think they knew it? Do you think anyone knew it?
No, not at all.
The only one I can think that might have known it is not...
Oh, Nadia. No, Nadia didn't know it. She looked shocked.
But it was good for her.
What, for him to go? Or
no, when he come back in.
Well, not in the long run. So Perez goes, did you miss me? Which I thought was quite good.
When he was coming down the stairs, I think Cammy said, was it like, good evening, arsehole?
Oh, yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, she did say something like that. And then... Perez said, I'm ready to rumble in the urban jungle.
Oh, right. Well, hang on. I'm sorry, that won't fly because it's actually a bungalow.
What did Emma Willis was saying? Bungalow with one room upstairs. No, a bungalow, if you look at bungalow in the dictionary, it ain't got no rooms upstairs. That's a house.
Are we sure, though?
I'm fairly sure. A bungalow is just
if you're
one
an
floor.
Architect or in any way...
An old person.
If you know anything about... houses or the definition of there, or please email us at
don't bother, because
I
know what a bungalow is.
Yeah, you're right. But she said that it's Britain's most infamous bungalow with a room upstairs. So obviously people are hating on this use of the word bungalow. Why didn't they just drop it? Why don't they say most hate-filled house, or what
mezzanine
have you?
Or whatever the hell it is,
like most malicious maisonette, or
that's good.
There you go.
Now, did you vote for Perez to have a pass to the final or eternal nomination? Eternal damnation.
Personally, voted for him to have a pass to the final.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
People hate him so much.
Yeah.
They went to every computer in their work and like probably stayed late after.
Yeah.
Does that even work? I don't know. Stayed late after work, like to do it on the slide. That's how much they hate him.
I think it was just on the apps, though.
Yeah, but it's free, isn't it?
Yeah. But someone was saying, and I can't remember who it was, but it was a good point. With Perez being up for internal nomination, internal.
Yeah.
That's like internal communications.
You got internal and external. Right.
Because he's up, it forces the other people.
So it takes him out of the equation for voting.
So it forces the other people to nominate each other, which is actually good. It's good for drama.
But either way, it would have done.
Yeah.
Either way, that would have happened. So it's good.
And then when he came back in, Katie Hopkins goes to him, "Oh, you're sweating horribly." What a horrible thing to say to someone. It's like the back fat comment, isn't it?
But she is a nasty person.
How can anyone like her? If you like Katie Hopkins, I hope you die.
That's a bit strong. I'd say to someone, if you like Top Gear, I hope you die. That's fair enough. But Katie Hopkins, it's not really worth being irritated about her, is it?
No.
She's like Nikki White. Just rent a comment.
Like Nikki White.
Yeah.
And then she was being Americanist. She went, "Could you be any more American?" What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
That's rude.
Yeah, and then she went
I hate English people. I hate English people that hate the French, that hate Americans.
Yeah.
I prefer you, honest to goodness, like salt of the earth, actual racist, rather than people that hate like just Americans or what have you. I think it really pisses me off.
But then she goes to Cammy Lee. "Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean you," or something. It's like,
yeah.
Well, I'm American, so yeah, I hate people who hate Americans. Fuck off. And also, her supposed best friend in the house, Michelle Visage, is American. Let's not forget that.
Are you sure she is?
I got more.
God knows where she's spewed from.
I got more coming up on her. Now, which of these things is more amazing than Oprah?
More amazing.
Yeah, more amazing.
Right.
Carol McGiffin.
No, definitely not.
Denise Welsh.
100% no.
Linda Nolan.
No.
Nadia.
Well, I don't really like Oprah.
I hate Oprah.
Yeah, Oprah's a cunt.
Sanctimonious.
But she's very famous and very big. Whereas Nadia is not so much, but she'd be the nearest one to her.
Yeah. Do you know what, Nadia...
At least Nadia hasn't got her own show celebrating her own success and glorifying herself for an hour long on TLC in the afternoons, because that show drives me mad. Yeah. It's just Oprah going on about how wicked she is.
I know.
She's an arsehole.
She is. She's horrible. But Nadia, actually, despite everything bad I've said about her, is actually the best of those loose women mentioned who've ever been on Big Brother before, and she's come the lowest out of all of them. So, just goes to show. So,
sorry, just to clarify, you are now saying that you A, like, or B, dislike Nadia?
No, I still dislike Nadia, but I liked her in her interview, and... You said you liked her in the house when she went a bit mad.
Do you know something? Not all my life, but all my life since Nadia come into the world, which is EastEnders, I think, isn't it?
Into your mind's eye.
Mainly.
Yeah.
I've always hated her.
Yeah.
Always. I thought she was shit in EastEnders. She got on my nerves. Thought she was only famous because of her sister.
Yeah.
Every interview that she does always mentions Alan Davies. Which really, really pisses me off, like no end. And you know what? Now on Big Brother, about week two and a half, I really just started to like her.
Why?
I liked her loyalty to Perez, her blind loyalty, her willingness to throw away her game. Like, it's true, you know.
Yeah.
She didn't want to suck off Katie Hopkins.
Yeah.
Just to like get further in the game. And I admire that.
I do too.
And
I admire her stubbornness and her bloody-mindedness.
So now I like her. That's good. Normally it's the opposite. You like someone, they go on Big Brother, and then you go right off them.
Yeah, that's true. So we're still on when Perez come back in. Now Michelle Visage, or Fake Visage, as Perez calls her, or what do you call her?
I call her the curse of the LGBTQ community.
She said, and get this, all of my fight has been for nothing. What if I lose to that? About Perez.
Visage I do said that about Perez.
Surely she'd be happy for us to have a gay winner as a supporter of the LGBT community.
I think he's like kind of separate from the gays.
Oh.
You got you got your all right ones.
Yeah.
The nice sort, and then the subsection.
Then you got the straight sort like her. Although Christopher Biggins did think she was a geezer as well when he was on Bots. Did you see that?
What's a straight person that hijacks the queer community?
Exactly. It's like me going on about like the black community all the time. Black people would be like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? You just be like, we can speak for ourselves. And also, all she's done in there is fucking
here we go.
Suck Katie Hopkins' ass, and then she goes in the diary room and goes, oh, just because Katie Hopkins says something, it doesn't mean that I support it. She's basically just backtracking. It's like, so you're going to sit there silently while Katie Hopkins slags off, I don't know, who this week? The disabled, the ginger, the fat. And so you're allowed to just sit there and say nothing, just have no opinion like Emma Willis. Well, I don't consider you fighting for anyone's rights then. You're just fucking fence-sitting piece of shit, basically, as far as I'm concerned.
Is she trying to say that her fight for gay equality or what have you is the reason why people are going to vote for her? Does she really think that?
Exactly. Like, what has she done? What has the fight been? What fight has she done in there? The only person I've seen her fight with is the only fucking gay person in the house, apart from Kavanagh. Sorry.
Yeah.
Forgot that he was in there.
Well,
the only thing I heard her say once was, "Oh, that's not okay." When Alexander said, "You know what?" She said that's not okay. That was the only thing she said.
Yeah, but then she still went on to say that Perez provoked him into it.
He asked for it, yeah.
When are we doing that section
In 1 second.
The Lost Files.
So first we've got this bit with Perez versus Katie Hopkins where he was like chasing her. Remember, he was like chasing her around. And,
right. Now you think this was sexual assault or something.
I don't. I do think it was borderline. It was borderline, but she was enjoying it. You know, when she like ran away from him and she's going, chase me, basically.
Yeah, but what option did she have but to run around laughing?
And she said, Perez said, I don't give a shit about the British public, which we know is a winning thing to say.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare say that about my people. Those are my people. Hang on, what's this?
The British people are the most special
people there are. They are my people.
Apart from the Scottish,
Jordan,
people called India. Oh no, I think her daughter's called India.
Any child named after a food or something like that.
Fat people.
Anyone that's ever been to Delhi.
Yeah. Alicia Duval. Apart from those, she loves the British
anyone
people.
In a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Ginger people, Scottish people, Welsh people, everyone.
But when Perez said, I don't give a shit about the British public, Michelle smiled to herself. She looked like pleased with herself, like you just shot yourself in the foot. You obviously didn't see Miss Helen Woods in the summer.
She don't know the secret strategy.
She don't know.
She should have brushed up before she went in.
We can see through your game, Michelle.
She's
right through it.
I could do a separate show about how much I hate her.
Perez has got better odds to win than her. I can't. That's all I want. All I want is for him to beat her. That's all I want. So.
But she has got those 22 million Twitter followers.
Who has?
Michelle.
22 million?
Mm-hmm.
Bollocks.
Something like that.
So here's where Alexander got brought back up again. And it was Cav who actually started it. Saying that Perez did the international sign for female oral sex to Alexander.
Perez did that.
Perez did that at Alexander.
Perez does that a lot.
That's what made Alexander call him the F word, apparently. The F word.
Right. So... Look, we were talking about
We're missing something, babe. We're missing a piece of the puzzle, aren't we?
Why is everyone blaming Perez for Alexander calling him a fat faggot? I don't understand it.
Because he goaded him. Victim blame.
But it feels like there's something missing for even Kavanagh to feel like that. I feel like we're missing... It's like Perez must have done something so bad they had to cut it.
But then we're missing when Alexander went to the diary room and left. So
but either way, unless he actually tried to anally penetrate him, it's still no justification for calling someone a faggot.
That's exactly what I said.
Regardless of what it is.
I said the same thing on Twitter this week. I said no matter what someone did or said to me, that word would not come out of my mouth unless I was quoting someone. So, that word's either in your vocabulary or it isn't. Do you know what I mean? So, just ask Jim Davidson.
Did he say that?
No, but he said worse. Shirt lifters, what he said.
Oh, yeah.
So this was when, was it Callum or Kavanagh who said have some moral high ground?
It was Kavanagh.
Oh yeah. This
But
is
who
about
did he say it
Alexander
to?
thing to Nadia.
Right.
Have some moral high ground.
Now, I know what high-handed means, but what does have some moral high ground mean?
I don't know.
I think it means have some morals.
I think it means just agree with me and do what I think is morally right.
But it doesn't, but again, we're back in the same situation. It doesn't make sense. Why does he feel like that?
The edit, isn't it? We're missing something. And
Do you think Perez actually did try and get off with Alexander O'Neill?
No, he was just like blowing him kisses and waggling his tongue at him.
But what didn't we see? What was cut?
How the hell do I know? Ask Ted.
How come Alexander O'Neill is getting his paycheck despite deciding to leave? Something don't add up here.
I think he left under mutual agreement before he said something really offensive. Basically.
I don't trust it.
And all these people go, oh, anyway, Alex wants old knees, fuck that. So then Cav went out into the garden. He was like, Cav stomped out into the garden. He was like, don't get me started. They went dickheads and slammed out into the garden. But little did he know, up in the snug or whatever it's called,
Skypod,
Perez and Nadia were having a bitching session, and Nadia was like, come on, tell me everything.
Oh, and he was listening.
Yeah, he was like, Cav was listening. Perez was like, look, I don't want to tell you, I don't want to get you upset, but and then he was like, basically, Callum said your food is disgusting. Your food makes him physically sick. Now, what did he say?
He did exaggerate quite a lot of those things,
because when they showed the flashback, all Callum said was he wanted to eat something healthy.
But he did what he obviously was criticising her food.
He was, but not as bad as what Perez made it out.
No.
That was some good wooden spooning Perez did there, though. That was brilliant.
Beautiful. But to be fair, he could have said anything he wanted.
Yeah.
At least he stuck roughly to the truth.
And Katie Hopkins said she would have played it up much more.
I would have made up a bunch of shit.
Yeah, exactly. So then Callum, this was the Callum versus Nadia thing. Now Callum said he was grateful for every second.
Oh, is this when it all blew up?
Yeah, he said he was grateful for every second of Nadia's cooking.
Now,
what?
It depends how fast you eat, really, doesn't it? Is the key to that one. Surely, but then if you said I'm grateful for every forkful or what have you, you sound like a bit of a tool. Tricky.
And then Nadia told him to shut up, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then
she
went proper. Nadia went crazy. She went completely loopy.
But you know what? She comes from one of these. She comes from one of these big families where they all sit round and they eat dinner, and food is really important to them. And one of these people, you know what I mean? Now, with them, it is, if you criticise their food or their cooking, you're in big trouble. And you know what? That when you eat those meals from those people, you owe them. Yeah. You owe them forever.
But you know what? It ain't that. She's got a cookbook out on sale at the moment.
What?
So criticism of her cooking is not going to go down well, is it?
Shit.
Think about it.
I would have had the lawyers in.
So then Callum told Nadia to do one.
That was good.
That was funny. And he said, you're being delusional, Nadia. Not nice to be called delusional. Believe me, I know.
Wasn't that deluded?
Oh, yeah, it was deluded. So then... and then Perez was like to Nadia, well, you said you wanted to hear it. This was when Perez said Keith and Katie P, Jeggers as we call them, were amazing at all times. And they just sat there when they went up to the diary room, Jordan and Jeggers. That was quite funny. They were like, we've just come in here to hide because we're scared of all the shouting. I thought that was kind of cute.
Yeah, but it's pretty weak gameplay, isn't it?
It is. But Katie Hopkins said something I was unsure about. She said two-faced means left wing. What does that mean? Don't make no sense.
I suppose it means all left-wing people are two-faced. What if you're right-wing, though?
Here's a thought. If you're left-wing, don't vote for Katie Hopkins. How about that? So then Katie Hopkins told Perez to stop clapping, and he said, I can do whatever I want. I can keep clapping because I can. Boom.
Is that a song?
That's a good response. Look, he come in on the fucking fun train.
And he will leave on it as well.
He will leave under it.
I hope he really fucks up Emma. I hope he really puts her off her cue.
Oh yeah, he probably will. He'll probably be like crawling all over the crowd or something.
Oh yeah, what's he going to wear? Oh, I know what he's going to wear for his eviction interview.
What, nothing?
No, those mesh pants.
Wicked. So then they called Katie Hopkins up to the diary room and they said, was Perez licking your face do you want to complain about it, basically?
Right.
And respect to her, I'll give her this. She didn't get the rule book out, and she said she could give as good as she got. What? Why are you smiling?
Because Ted just said, look, we're going to ask you this.
Nah,
you're going to say that.
No, it's different. She likes arguing with Perez. He is her nemesis, and she enjoys having a nemesis.
She's only got a storyline as long as he's in there.
Exactly. She doesn't want him to go. She enjoys arguing with him. She enjoys arguing. He enjoys arguing. They enjoy arguing with each other.
They should get married.
I think she does fancy him.
Do you?
Yeah. He is
gorgeous.
When she was when she was running in the garden, she was going, "No, stay away from me."
It was like a bit sexual.
It was like he was pulling her hair or something. And then she was like, "Don't lick me, don't lick me." It's like, "I'm gonna lick you." It's like something was a bit funny there. And
but according to some shitty newspaper that I read,
I thought you were going to say Judy James. Yeah, go on. I don't know what.
According to some shitty newspaper that I read somewhere, actually a lot worse happened, and they had to cut it out because they're shit scared of Ofcom at the moment. They've already had 1,000 complaints about Perez specifically.
What about him? Putting cheese up his nose?
Yeah, things like that. And like, well, you know, sexual threats of violence. You know, the lot.
Okay. So Perez got a warning for licking Katie Hopkins' face, and did you notice he went aggressive? Did you notice?
I didn't notice.
Yeah, honestly, it was a bit aggressive, and he was like, aggressive?
What, in the dark when he got the tell off?
Yeah, like Daily style. But he was like, I don't care about that warning. Get to fuck. He doesn't listen to that warning, so. But he gets another warning later, but we'll discuss
Final warning.
Final.
What'd you get after that?
How many warnings
Final point two.
Exactly. How many warnings did Helen get?
Oh, well, we saw about 4 odd.
Yeah.
Apparently there was about between 15 and 20.
I thought you were going to say like 50 and 100. There probably was. Now, Jordan gets Harvey's taxis paid for. Do you agree with this?
Well, do I agree with it? What, her getting the taxis? Yeah, I agree with it.
I do too. Take every fucking penny you can get off the government. If they're too stupid enough to give it to you, take it.
No, it's not that. It's just...
Well, that's my opinion.
No, but like, if you've got a disabled child, then you need special things to help them get to school and etc. etc.
Yeah, it's got special needs.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Katie Hopkins said... Katie Price, Jordan said... Well, they spent all that money on fireworks on New Year's Eve. And do you know what? She's right. Those fireworks go on for a good 10 minutes. We could just have 5 minutes and then pay for Josie Cunningham's taxis as well.
I don't really like those fireworks.
I quite like them. But then when they play like Ed Sheeran over the top, it gets on my nerves.
But the thing is, the whole argument is stupid because what Jordan is saying... Katie Price is saying...
Don't say Katie
Price.
That's crap.
What shall I say?
Jordan.
What she's saying is that if she did it personally to get a car from Horsham to London, whatever, would cost £1,000 a day because it's like you need the driver for the whole day, and you need a nurse there. Of course, it's going to cost that money. But if the council has got like things like we'll have those things at a much cheaper rate, so it's stupid.
Yeah, why doesn't Katie Hopkins keep her beak out? Mind your own business. Basically, Katie Hopkins was trying to start a row with Jordan. And she's like, look, you're meant to be an opinionated person. Why aren't you saying anything? And Jordan says, I do have opinions. I just don't say them. Who does that sound like? Fucking Emma Willis. What is this? Have you ever had an opinion and not said it?
Yeah, I must have done.
I haven't. I don't agree with that. So now here starts the rise of Jeggers and his gameplay.
Hang on, this is like it's a day ago or
something. No, it started here.
Right.
Basically, Jeggers was... Katie Hopkins started on him and told him to get more angry. And he's like, I don't want to get angry.
Oh, he said he's not here for that.
Yeah.
And didn't he get right out of his pram?
He said he was disappointed in people. No, this was later. That was later. This was just the little...
Is this when Katie Hopkins felt like he was talking like her dad?
Oh, it could have been, yeah. And she said, too many people in here are playing the middle ground, which is true. I do agree with that. And then she said, I'm the alpha male. Yeah, whatever.
Right.
So then we had face-to-face nominations.
Oh, now these were really dull. I think that's one of the dullest face-to-face nominations that I've ever seen.
Don't you think that Jeggers was an easy target during face-to-face nominations? Isn't it? He's an easy target.
Why though?
Because you don't want to target someone like Cammy Lee, who's going to be giving you
Come
shit.
after you.
Yeah, for nominating you.
She's nothing.
Oh, she's less than nothing.
But what would they? Oh.
What?
What was Jeggers nominated for? Missing his wife.
Yeah, and Michelle said he was lacking joy. And didn't someone say he was cleaning up too much or something?
Oh yeah, he is a bit OCD with the. Maybe he's looking for an advert. Still it bang.
And Jeggers nominated Kavanagh for telling him to fuck off. Still upset about that. Still.
But his vote was for nothing. You should be voting strategically, shouldn't you?
Stupid. And finally, Jordan stood up to Katie Hopkins and said,
Thing is, right?
I'm nominating you because it's all an act and you take the limelight off people. But she said it really meek.
And
why is she so meek?
The minute after she said that, they cut to a scene of them sitting next to each other, all like busy mates.
What has happened to Jordan? Is she playing a game? I think she's just meek now. I think all these husbands have taken it out of her. I think she's got anxiety.
She don't seem anxious to me.
Remember when she was in the jungle though? She was like, bruh, she was doing every fucking challenge. She was like kicking ass. She was like hardcore. Now she's just like, oh, never mind. Like hanging out with Keith Chegwin. Come on.
It feels like she's lost in the mix, but also, don't forget, she watched the show before she's come in.
True.
I think she's worried about the bullying thing from either side. She knows that to align with either side is a problem. So this is why Jeggers has had to come about.
That's true. She has been disappointing though on the whole, hasn't she?
The middle ground is actually the best place to be. Look at Cammy Lee. She's had to like switch sides and lick arse everywhere. Nasty little troll.
The best...
That clicking your fingers won't get you out of that hole.
The best nomination was Perez to Katie Hopkins. He said, if you don't want to get on board the fun train, hop on the fucking train out of here.
Boom.
Boom. That's a good reason. And Callum nominated Nadia for digging him out. I like that. I like that expression.
Oh, yeah.
Over the
He
food
says a lot
thing.
of English expressions.
Yeah, he does actually.
In an American accent.
But he's lived in... It's like Brian Molko, isn't it? He's lived in England for a long time. So then, up this time was Nadia, Perez, Callum and Jeggers. Unfortunately not... No, Callum. Callum wasn't up. Was he?
No. Or was he?
Oh, fuck no. Never mind.
Yeah, isn't it important?
Kavanagh wasn't
four people were up.
Who was it? Nadia, Perez, Jeggers, and Katie Hopkins it was. Yeah, the ones who weren't up was Callum, Cammy and Cav. They're floating good. And then Jeggers went, I know I won't go, to Jordan.
Really?
They said, I was surprised I got 5 nominations. That's when he went in the diary and started crying and saying he missed his wife. And it
worked.
Yeah, and he went, it would mean so much for people to vote for me, but, you know, I don't mind. Whatever you want to do. Up to you.
Up to us.
Yeah.
Well, people did vote for him.
Meanwhile, Perez was in the bathroom with, I think it was with Cammy Lee, and he went, I'd vote Jeggers out. And he said, the people who watch this show are sadistic motherfuckers.
He's got a very, very valid point there. Very well analysed.
Yeah. So then, we're on to Friday's eviction. Now, I've written this bit in pen, so we're in trouble here a bit. Jordan went to Kavanagh, are you a top or a bottom? That's one, that's none of her business. And 2, seriously, gay people don't have their sex life that way. Surely you do a bit of both.
Yeah, but Jordan...
Yeah.
She talks about her sex life all the
That's
time.
True, yeah.
And from... I don't know. I thought it was alright.
She said, I'm not talking about a kiss or a little wank. And then Katie Hopkins started talking about her sexual experiences.
What, in the field?
Yeah, something about a mankini or something.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't quite make sense of that.
Oh, God. And then Cammy said something about a Cartier cock ring.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. She would.
So then they had a party and they did the conga, which I thought was offensive.
Who was not doing the conga? Who was in the garden sulking?
I think they were all doing it. You didn't enjoy it when Michelle was singing show tunes.
No. Funny that.
Oh yeah, and that's when Cav and Perez had this conversation, and remember it got all skewed, and there was a bit of a row about it.
Oh yeah, well, Kavanaugh was talking some toilet, and Perez sort of did he put him in his place? I can't remember.
No,
now.
Cav sold Perez down the river basically. Oh, there's another good quote here. Perez said, "I'm a fucking rainbow. Anyone who's watching this can suck my dick." That's a good line.
He says that a lot, doesn't he? And that was after the warning.
No, this is before the Callum thing, and he had a sprig coming from his crotch. Did you enjoy that?
Well, Katie Hopkins didn't enjoy it.
No, I know. What's her deal?
I imagine most people found it disgusting, vile, etc. But it didn't bother me. If anything, spruced up his nether regions.
So now we've got Nadia's eviction. Anything you want to say about that?
Just that I can't believe that I actually like Nadia now.
But what about when she said, "I know I'm a likeable, lovable person"?
She said it twice. She said it on bots as well.
Has a likeable, lovable person ever said such a thing?
It's impossible to know for sure, but you would assume not.
Absolutely not. But I was just so relieved that Perez didn't go. I was really worried. Weren't you?
Nah, I don't think he'll go ever.
It's got so much hate on Twitter.
But you can't hate people out of the house.
That's true, because I'm not on a vote to save.
Exactly.
If it was vote to evict. If it was vote to evict, Spidey would have been gone second week. Can you imagine?
But it's not.
It's not. It should never be.
That's why they put these villains in.
Yeah. He's not even a villain anyway. Oh, one thing I like that Nadia said in her interview was, people lost the courage to be Perez's friend. I thought that was quite almost romantic.
It is true. He should have had a bigger alliance, I think. I think that was his downfall.
Yeah.
Well, not his downfall, her downfall.
That's true. So then, Saturday night, do you remember anything that happened?
No, but it was quite late.
Basically, this is when Jeggers finally stood up. Katie Hopkins had a go at him. She said something like, "Oh, it's better than being a grumpy old bastard." And then Jeggers followed her into the bedroom, and he was like, "You know, what you saying? What you got to say? Come on, bring it on." He said, "You only say half a conversation, then off you go." And Katie Hopkins said, "You're never happy to him." Jeggers said he was always happy. Jeggers said to her, "You're only here to promote your column. It's really boring."
Said her column's boring?
No, he just said, "You're really boring."
Oh.
And that was the thing that I think really got to her. Did you notice her face fell?
Yeah, she looked like that touched her nerve badly.
You got owned by Jeggers. That's got to hurt.
Who knew Jeggers had a game plan?
That was Jeggers' finest hour, wasn't it?
And timed to perfection.
Yeah, and he went, "Your package." He went, "You're only here to promote your package," and sort of did that symbol for like her body, and it was like,
the TLC thing.
And then do you remember when he walked out, she like yawned, and it was real like a proper like defense mechanism. Like she was really rattled by what he said, and this led on to Callum versus Perez, and yeah.
Right, so go. Let's go from the top. Yeah,
let's get this right, people. Come on.
Who struck first?
Exactly. Now, Callum said to Perez, "Shut your mouth." They were talking about switching the lights off and on at night, and who wanted to go bed first. And Perez was saying blah blah blah. Callum said to him, "Shut your mouth," and he did say it quite aggressively. And then Perez was like, "Don't talk to me like that," basically. And then Callum said, "Well, you're being a dick." That's kind of what he said to Perez, didn't he? And then Perez said, "I'll shove my huge dick up your arse." What? What did you just say? What did you just say? Come on, let's have your thoughts.
Well, what's he so touchy about?
Yeah, that's what I thought. He took that. He seemed really offended by it. Why are you? Homophobe?
Yeah, come on. We've all tried it. Don't deny it. But I don't know.
I don't think it was that bad. But you were saying, like, if a man said it to a woman, it would be different, which is true.
Imagine if Reg had said it to someone.
That's true. Yeah. But still...
So it should apply equally.
But is Perez really a threatening person?
No, but that's like saying, oh, if you're like, 100, it's okay to say whatever you want. Or with Perez, you just, it's him, like, it's okay, he can say whatever he wants. But that's not fair, really. It is a rule break. Isn't it?
Callum was quite aggressive the way he came back in, like he was shouting and everything, and then he was like to Was it to Nadia? I think, yeah, because I think Nadia was still just about in there because it was the next day. He went, get him in line to Nadia.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Like as if Perez was a child.
That was a bit rude.
I know. And then Callum went up to the diary room and he said, he's so lucky we're in this house, i.e. I'd knock his block off if we weren't.
What?
That's a threat. So then Perez was called up for his final warning, and Big Brother was quoting back to him what he said. And Perez was like, which word was it that was unacceptable?
What did he say? Oh, yeah, when's he going to apologise to me for calling me a dick?
And Perez said, I was speaking figuratively, but if you want me to try it, I'm open to it. That's when Big Brother started to get real pissy with him. And then Perez went out and gloated to Nadia that he'd said that.
Yeah. But she felt that he'd gone a little bit too far.
This is the point of Perez. That's why he's a good housemate. Well, I don't understand why people don't get it. I honestly don't. Now, oh yeah, and Perez said, I responded more fabulously. Apparently.
Right, okay.
So then they had that crappy task that was like who's the biggest game player and all that, sponsored by Maxi Muscle. Do you care about that?
What about that? No, it's actually, I think you'll find it's Maxi Nutrition.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So that wasn't particularly interesting, was it?
I thought it was. Only when it was the biggest game player. I thought Keith was really low, whereas I thought it'd be higher. Who else was low?
I don't know. I didn't make any notes on that, unfortunately.
All right, well,
never mind. Oh yeah, and then Michelle basically started threatening Jordan, going, "Oh, you're in a tough position now that Nadia's gone. Like, you're going to have to be friends with Perez." And then Jordan went to the diary and she's like, "I'll be friends with Perez if I want. So fuck off. Like, don't be like giving it mafia style to me, bitch." So then,
yeah,
we're nearly there.
Electric shock task.
If only. Oh, that's it.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant ending.
No,
So-
I've got a little any other business section.
Oh, yeah.
Is this the best Celebrity Big Brother series ever?
No, I don't think it is, but I think it's the one that my feelings about it have shifted the fastest. Like, we both started off saying, this was shit, and now we love it.
We always say everything.
But that
shit.
said, everyone now is saying, all the old school fans are saying it's a bunch of shit.
When James says about that casual viewers thing, he's only joking because we heard it on another podcast.
No, I'm not joking.
Yeah, we don't actually care if you're a casual viewer or you're... No, that's such a pretentious fucking thing to say. Anyone can view Big Brother and have whatever opinion they like. Believe it or not, you are entitled to your opinion. And what about bots? Are you enjoying it this year?
Well...
Tell me this, why? Right, main eviction show, 1 hour. Actually, I think that kind of works. Keeps it snappy, yeah? Yeah, agreed?
No, not really. I think
Okay.
it should be like hour and 15 or so, because I
Okay.
want to see like the house highlights.
Yeah.
And I thought normally they save 2,
Yeah.
keep 2, but they didn't do that.
I personally think it works better as an hour snappy. Anyway,
Oh.
it's beside the point. Live feed, 45 minutes a week. Happy with that amount?
Could be more, could be higher, could be better quality as well.
45 minutes a day, maybe. But it used to be like 2 hours. Do you remember when they brought it back? It was like 2 hours a day. That was
On
quite
the app,
good.
on the app.
No, also it used to be on telly for
on
like 2
5
hours. Not
Star.
for long, but I that was quite good, I thought. And then bots. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been wanting bots to be extended. It's so good that I think it should be an hour and a half, don't you?
Well, it's not on Saturday and Sunday now, so really it should be 3 hours long at some point to make up for that. It's crap.
It's awful. It's actually unwatchable. Bring back Ian Lee, that's what I say.
Maybe. I don't know. I think...
And the bias. Rylan used to not be biased, and now he's actually really, really biased. It gets on my nerves. What?
I mean, Emma, we know, is rotten
yeah.
of old.
Goes without saying. NTV or whoever it is, Endemol, John Demol, whatever, if you're listening, can we have the main show, between an hour and a half, Bots, just get rid of it.
I've never seen bots this bad in a long, long time. Not since Ian Wright was on it. That time that James Corden and the little fella presented it. That was a particular low. But I've not seen it this bad for a long, long time.
People don't even remember that. That was so horrendous.
It's like they've really, really fucked it up. Like something's gone really wrong.
There's literally not one single person on Twitter going, please make bots longer and give us less live feed. So why are they doing it?
Oh, don't start with the live feed.
And the editing.
Oh, and the outside contact. I can't stand it.
Apart from that, brilliant.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, so we might not do another one until it's over now. So do you want to make a pitch for your final 3?
Well, I'm just not.
No,
it's anyone but Hopkins is my thing.
Yeah.
So
out next, I'd like to see Cammy Lee. Kavanagh maybe.
I like to see Callum out.
Any of those 3 out next.
Who is going to win?
Hopkins is going to win. Hundo.
No.
Yeah. I think final 3. Here's my prediction: Hopkins to win, then Jordan, then Perez. That's my prediction. Then Jeggers. That's what I think.
You don't think anyone can come through and win?
It depends what they do. If they really step it up a notch.
The vote could be so divided between Perez and Katie Hopkins because so many people hate both of them that someone else would actually come through the middle, like Jordan.
Do you mean they're angling for that Perez versus Katie Hopkins final 2, aren't they?
Yeah,
the
definitely.
Good versus evil.
Definitely.
Although, who's good and who's evil out of those 2?
Well, it's obvious to us, just like it's obviously the opposite to everyone else.
Yeah,
so.
and my mum. Anyway, if you like Katie Hopkins, you've basically got the same opinion as my mum, so think on. That's about it, isn't it? Anything else to add?
No.
I bloody hope so too. Follow me on Twitter, LightUpVM.
Follow me, Big Brother Bile.
Read my novel, First Aid Kit Girl. Someone wanted to read my novel because I said it on the podcast. That's good, isn't it?
It is, but...
What?
What? Have you paid your tax returns?
I don't think you have to pay tax if you only sell 300 copies. Now, I've sold about 800 or so copies, so...
Oh, yeah.
In your face, everyone.
We do cash in the hand as well. Isn't it?
Yeah, come over, we'll sort it out. And what else do we want to plug? Oh, my blog, Exertainment, Spreaker, what else? Stitcher...
Channel 5.
I think James has just stopped speaking now.
Yeah.
So please feel free to disagree with all of our opinions, and if you don't like it, do your own fucking podcast.
Yeah, just go fuck off, you homophobic cunts.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.